Welcome back, everyone, to day 13 of my journey to earn 1 billion in Farming Simulator 22. Today, we have an exciting and productive day ahead of us, focusing on our activities in April and May. We started April by making some strategic purchases. Our first investment was in Field 56, which was ready for an oat harvest. Next, we acquired Field 43, brimming with canola, and Field 63, prepared for a sorghum harvest. We didn't stop there. We also bought Field 9, another canola field, and Field 12, ready for sorghum. We began our harvesting efforts with Field 9. We harvested the crop and transported it to Goldcrest Valley, where we sold it for a solid $43,800. This was a great start to our day, setting a positive tone for the rest of our tasks. Following Field 9, we moved on to Field 43, also filled with canola. Harvesting this field went smoothly, and we repeated our process of transporting the crop to Goldcrest Valley. This time, we earned a profit of $20,800. While not as high as Field 9, it was still a significant boost to our funds. Next, we tackled Field 63. Although this sorghum field didn't generate as much profit as the canola fields, it was still a worthwhile endeavor. We managed to make $16,500 from this field. Every bit counts in our journey to 1 billion, and this was a welcome addition. Our most profitable venture for the day was Field 56, which was abundant with oat. The crop alone brought in $59,700. We also sold the straw from this field, adding an extra $25,200 to our earnings. In total, Field 56 brought in a substantial $84,900. Finally, we turned our attention to Field 12, another sorghum field. This harvest went smoothly, and we generated $24,600 from the crop. Once all the fields were harvested and the crop sold, we decided to sell these fields as well. This freed up some capital, which we can now reinvest into new ventures and fields in the future. With a surplus of silage bales beyond what we needed to run the biogas plant, I made the decision to sell some. We ended up selling 120 silage bales, which generated an impressive $340,000. This was a significant boost to our funds and brought us even closer to our goal. Our bees were also hard at work this month. They produced a substantial amount of honey. However, transporting the honey wasn't without its challenges. At one point, I flipped the truck, which meant I had to sell the pallets one by one with a forklift. Despite this setback, we managed to sell all the honey, earning $55,100. May started strong with a contract job to cultivate Field 25. This contract brought in $6,900, giving us a solid start to the month. Next, we moved on from contract work to focus on harvesting. We made several strategic purchases, acquiring fields that were ready for harvest. We bought Field 30, which was ready for a potato harvest, Field 31 with wheat, Field 37 with sunflowers, Field 41 with soybeans, Field 48 also with sunflowers, Field 57 with potatoes, Field 74 with wheat, and Field 77 with sorghum. To harvest the potatoes on Fields 30 and 57, I had to lease a potato harvester. Leasing equipment is a cost-effective strategy, especially when we have multiple fields to harvest. Once we finish with these fields, I'll return the harvester to avoid unnecessary costs. We started by harvesting the potatoes on Field 30. This field was quite productive, generating a total of $116,400 from the potato harvest. It was a great boost to our funds. Next, we moved on to field 31, which was abundant with wheat. From the crop itself, we made $75,200. Additionally, we sold the straw from the field, adding an extra $34,900. In total, Field 31 brought in $110,100, making it another highly profitable field. Moving on to Field 37, which was filled with sunflowers, we made $23,700. Sunflowers are always a good crop for quick cash, and this field was no exception. Next up was Field 41 with soybeans. Harvesting this field generated $59,200. Soybeans are great for their high market value, and this field contributed significantly to our earnings. Field 74, another wheat field, generated $27,800 from the crop and an additional $11,800 from the straw. In total, Field 74 brought in $39,600. It was a steady contributor to our overall profits. We then moved on to Field 48, which was also filled with sunflowers. From this field, we made $14,500. Every bit helps as we edge closer to our billion-dollar goal. The sorghum from Field 77 generated $26,800. Sorghum is a reliable crop, and this field provided a nice addition to our earnings. The last but certainly not least was Field 57, another potato field. This field was incredibly productive, generating a whopping $213,000. Potatoes are labor-intensive but highly rewarding, and Field 57 proved that. With all the harvests completed and crops sold, it was time to sell the fields. Selling the fields after harvest allows us to reinvest in new opportunities and keeps our capital flowing. To wrap up the month, I accepted 2 more contract jobs to cultivate Fields 41 and 57. These contracts brought in an additional $10,600. Contract jobs are a great way to make quick money while waiting for crops to grow. By the end of the day, Our total earnings amounted to an impressive 5.6 million. This was a significant leap towards our ultimate goal of 1 billion. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your support means a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on our progress. If you have any suggestions on where we should allocate our hard-earned cash next, please let me know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.